Yeah. Yeah. I'm honored to be here. I'm happy to be here. I think December 19th is going to be crazy though. I think the center's going to be like buzzing, just crazy energy in that room. I think it's really good. So now, remember, I took a year out of the game to refresh because I was just piling on more and more baggage. I just feel fresh. I feel rejuvenated. It wasn't like I took the year out in vain. I had a purpose, and now I'm just living. No, you look fresh. I feel good, man. I feel good. I've been training hard. I'm close to the weight that I need to be at for the fight. I feel good. He's done me a favor. Walking around bulky and heavy, I feel quick. I feel amazing. So I'm looking forward to the fight. That's why I'm just vibing right now. I think he is a smart operator. I think he's managed to put a good team around him to help him achieve his wildest dreams. I think he's a smart young man. So I don't want to focus on it being like about Jake. Oh, Jake's small, so that makes me confident. Jake's this, so that makes me confident. I'm just focused on myself. I'm confident in myself.
2 weeks out from Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua, and the air already feels like it's buzzing with electricity.
All right, come in.
Coaches aren't meant to understand that you're tired. Coaches aren't meant to understand that you have emotions. Coaches are just supposed to look at you like you're a machine, and they just want results. I may be tired, but I just got to bite down on my gum shield, because if I can perform to an elite level when I'm tired, imagine what I can do when I'm at rest and when I've got energy. I've been through them days where I'm looking for sympathy and you just don't get it in sport, but you don't get it. I always knew there could be the most talented fighter out there, especially in our industry. If they can't sell tickets, they can't put bombs on seats, they'll never showcase their skills to the world, no matter how good they are. And that's why I say you have to have marketability and you have to have ability. And when you bring those two worlds together, it's a recipe for success.
2 weeks out from Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua, and the atmosphere feels nuclear. AJ isn't walking into this like some influencer circus. He's preparing like a man who wants to end a narrative before it begins. The grin is gone, the energy is cold, and every workout looks like he's rehearsing a violent clock out. Show up, drop a bomb, grab that check, and walk straight out of the arena like he never even broke a sweat.
So I say, I don't think Jake's crazy. He's a realist, he's a logical man, and he wants to fight. He wants to fight good fighter. I looked at it and said, wow, this is a great opportunity to showcase myself to the whole world, and God willing, my prayers are answered and I get the job done and I hurt Jake in spectacular fashion and I get a victory. Jake called me directly. He called me. He didn't call my team. Jake called me. I said, okay, no problem, no problem. Easy money. Not easy money. We'll see. I'll let you know December 19th, December 20th.
But here's the curveball. Jake Paul is carrying himself like a guy who thinks this is his destiny, like he's been waiting his whole life to shock the brains out of boxing Twitter. He's betting everything on belief, swagger, and this insane conviction that he belongs in there with a former unified king. And the scary part? Confidence is contagious. He genuinely believes he can rip up the script, turn easy work into a nightmare.
Fair to AJ, I just know that I have the power and the timing. It's the shots that you don't see coming that knock people out. And I'm a tricky knockout artist that people don't give me enough credit for. I've won knockout of the year. So he has to be careful. And I do have the timing, the speed, and the tricks up my sleeve to be able to hit a shot on this guy that he doesn't see coming, that can put him to sleep 1000%.
And deliver the most inconvenient headache of AJ's career. As the hype turns the volume up to maximum, Amir Khan slides in with a reality check sharp enough to cut glass. He isn't talking memes, streams, or viral views, he's sounding alarms. Khan says this isn't a fun crossover stunt. It's a dangerous gamble.
It's watching his Dubois fight, watching the Ruiz fight, even watching the Usyk fight, and when you look at it, he's lost to guys who are smaller than him. I think it's his, it's his weakness, his kryptonite is the faster guys who don't get hit by his big punches. He's definitely a bit chinny. He's durable, he gets back up, he knows how to fight when he's hurt, and he's still dangerous when he's...
He points a finger at Jake's circle, especially Nikisa, warning that this feels like chasing blockbuster money while ignoring long-term health. A heavyweight punch isn't just pain, it's damage that stays with you. AJ is the guy who put Ngannou to sleep like someone unplugged his system, and Khan reminds everyone Jake hasn't spent a decade building that kind of durability. Yes, some YouTubers like Slim have legit skill, but this is a different planet entirely. Khan's bottom line, boxing isn't a content strategy.
I think Nikisa hates Jake Paul because he wants him dead, I think. That's what it comes down to. Me and JB had a meeting with Nikisa and he was giving big ones, which I did not understand. He's not really like, come on. But like, he really wants to see his own friend that he calls my childhood friend hurt. That is wrong, bro. Like, you know what I mean? He's chasing the money. So he's just gone straight to the money and put my man in the firing line against a heavyweight champion who can hurt him and literally cause him problems.
One split-second mistake against a monster like Joshua could leave scars that never fade for Jake, for his team, and for the sport trying to protect its integrity. ChatGPT said, picking up from Amir Khan's cautionary tone, the TalkSport angle zooms in with sharper detail, breaking this matchup down like a financial equation wrapped in a boxing gamble. Liam Smith is hyped for the spectacle, calling Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua a money move with minimal stress for AJ after years of battling actual elite competitors.
Hey, look, if AJ hits him with a shot like he hit Ngannou and knocked him clean out, I mean, even Ngannou would knock Jake Paul out. But that just shows, like, but you can't mess with the sport. Boxing, you can't mess with boxing. Oh, boxing is a sport that you have to respect. You're always at one punch away from getting hurt, and something bad's gonna happen one day, and they're gonna regret it. They're gonna say, "Oh, why did we take that fight?" It's not like they need the money. And if I was AJ, and so a YouTuber come to me, who's tiny, who's smaller than me, and weaker than me, and has no experience at all, you think I'm gonna say no to it?
The panel points out that Joshua locking in a 245-pound target is huge. That's vintage AJ. Quick feet, fluid combinations, no excess bulk, just maximum destroyer mode. They highlight how he's trimmed the noise. New coach, different camp, no London distractions, just tunnel vision. And while Jake gets legitimate props for elevating women's boxing and playing promotional chess better than most, everyone at the table agrees on one reality skill for skill. They're in different galaxies. If Joshua somehow loses,
ends this YouTube boxing, because in a way, someone is gonna get hurt badly, and this could be the fight that someone gets hurt so bad that they will never ever get sanctioned to ever fight again. You know what I mean? But it's true though, innit, bro? Like, honestly, like, the sport is tough, man. And it's hurt and damaged a lot of people that have been boxers, and let alone, and these are people that are used to taking punches and punishment.
Putting a lot of female fighters and women boxing as well by putting this promotion on, so I respect them massively. But if Anthony Joshua was to lose to Jake Paul, it would be the biggest upset, travesty, whatever you want to call it, in boxing history. So he has to look past Jake Paul.
Well, let's hear from Anthony talking to the media in Miami. One of the questions that was put to him was about his lengthy stint outside of the ring.
So I took 12 months out of the game, realigned my vision board, and consolidated a lot of things, trimmed down my team. And I said I need 12 months to do that, so I took 12 months out of the game. And from September 21st, if you think about it back then, to now, December, that's 3 months. So most people take about 8 to 12 weeks to prepare for a fight. So this was like a preparation for a fight.
forget headline shock. It would be an asteroid hitting boxing history, a result that detonates every conversation about his future and shatters any talk of world title dreams. Then the vibe shifts from hype to consequence. The TalkSport breakdown says Joshua's whole rebuild, strategy, new team, fresh mentality, revamped preparation should be meant for Usyk or Fury, not someone who built their resume on social media callouts. That's where the pressure lives.
He's going to be at 225.
245.
245.
245.
But again, there's no rehydration.
No rehydration clause. 245. That was the last time that he boxed Alexander Usyk, which was back in, 2022? I believe he weighed 245. He was in training camp anyway. He was going to be fighting on the undercard of this fight on Saturday night with Devin Haney. He was going to be fighting on that undercard, 22nd, so he's in shape. His weight's down anyway, so making 245 actually.
He has to be that done.
Yeah, but that's his best weight anyway, Anthony Joshua. That's where he's more athletic, you know, he's got more movement and whatnot. And no disrespect to Jake Paul here, you go like, you know, without looking past Jake Paul, but he could look past him.
AJ can't just win, he has to obliterate. A decision win won't cut it. A slow, cautious fight won't cut it. Anything short of a statement finish will pour gasoline on conspiracy rumors and spark questions about whether the whole thing is scripted for views. Meanwhile, Jake declaring he's ready to die in there plays like classic promotion. But it's also a chilling reminder that stepping into heavyweight power isn't cosplay. TalkSport's final word is brutal and simple. This fight isn't just about AJ's next payday, it's about boxing's credibility. A clean, undeniable early knockout is the only outcome that shuts everybody up and keeps the sport's reputation from taking a hit. Following TalkSport's credibility concerns, former world champ Chris Algieri steps in with veteran clarity, not hype, not emotion, actual ring logic.
So those sort of statements about I'm ready to die in there and I'm going to bash you up and stomp all over you, give you any cause for concern about the sport?
He's a YouTuber, isn't he? So like, they want them views. His life's been about views. And taking this fight with Joshua is views for him. So even if he loses in first round, he can always say I've been in with Joshua.
Yeah.
So he's at a win-win. It's Anthony Joshua what's under pressure. He's got to knock him out.
That happens. Boxing is the wild, wild west. Anything can happen, and especially with Jake Paul and his money and his ability to make things happen, it's very, very possible. But I don't see how this fight ever makes it out of the first round. And if it does, then comes into question of, is this a real fight? I mean, have the rule set come out yet? Have we heard whether or not Anthony Joshua has to wear, you know, his boots on the wrong feet if he can't throw his right hand, if, you know, he has to be, you know, set up to a shock therapy if he throws punches? You know, is there anything said yet, or is this a real fight? Do we know?
8 rounds, 10-ounce gloves, 3 minutes.
And it's a real sanction.
Even after watching the wild Miami press conference, Algieri says he still can't fully wrap his head around Joshua versus Jake Paul as a real sanctioned heavyweight fight. We're talking about a former unified champion fighting a guy whose greatest strengths are business savvy and viral marketing, not elite level technique. Algieri breaks it down simple. 8 rounds, 10-ounce gloves, a prime 245-pound AJ coming off an Ngannou hard reset KO. It's almost impossible to see Jake surviving a clean first-round exchange unless weird stipulations are hiding behind the scenes. He also points out that AJ's calm demeanor could be the confidence of a man planning a quick night, or the kind of underestimation that turns into chaos. And everyone calling Joshua chinny? Algieri shuts that down immediately.
The fight, if Jake Paul offered you millions and millions, would you get in the opposite corner to him and have that opportunity?
No. No. It's a sideshow.
You're probably the first fighter to say that.
Yeah, because first of all, I had a real career, and I respect the sport, and you're not just gonna pay me, so use me to come in there and go put this fight together. I'm not an active fighter. I haven't been for almost 5 years. To come off the couch just because of an opportunity, because there's a lot of money thrown at me. Listen, I respect what I've done in my career. Listen, if we were in my career and I was fighting and training and that came up and there was a reason for it, that's a whole different thing. Even Anthony Joshua, I don't knock Anthony Joshua at all for this. He's coming off of a loss. He's coming off of an elbow injury, and he's looking to get back in. This is a perfect get back fight. 8-rounder, and I get to make a ton of money.
You have to land to expose a chin, and Jake couldn't land clean on a faded Chavez Jr. Now imagine closing distance against a real heavyweight, not some retired name on a comeback tour. That's the puzzle, and it's a puzzle seasoned pros couldn't solve. Then the talk turns heavy. Legacy, money, and the price of doing business with boxing history. Algieri says no amount of cash could make him take a Jake Paul fight. His career means too much to turn it into content. Either AJ steps in, throws a nuke, and ends the crossover circus before Jake can even blink, or Jake Paul commits the biggest sports glitch since Buster Douglas and turns the boxing world into emotional roadkill. That's the thrill. Half the crowd thinks this is the quickest bag of AJ's career. The other half is whispering, what if? If Jake can last a couple rounds, he earns respect. But if AJ lands one real heavyweight detonation, Jake won't just fall, he'll wake up thinking there are 3 referees and 4 corners in the ring. So, what's your call? Is Jake about to reprogram boxing? Or is Anthony Joshua about to force him back to unboxing videos and diss tracks? Drop your predictions, your rage takes, and your chaos theories in the comments. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Boxing HQ. We'll see you in the next one.